Good afternoon from InvestSharp. This is Randy Smotone with your Thursday, January the 7th market update. On the economic front, weekly jobless claims came in a little better than expected. They were up 1,000 to 434,000. The IA Nat gas report showed gas and storage fell a little more than expected, down 124 billion cubic feet. And on deck for tomorrow, of course, we have the monthly employment situation report. So, expectations are really high for a good jobs number to come out tomorrow. So I think it is possible that a good number is already priced in. So you might want to give the market a little time after the open to show its hand. And maybe the first 30 minutes or so, we could have a big gap open and we could go higher during the day. We could, open flat, grind higher. We could, gap open and they could sell into it. So just be careful. Like I said, give the market 30 minutes or so to show its hand possibly before you jump in, especially any new positions. So the dollar and silver were up, gold, copper, and oil were down. Take a look at the dollar. Looks kind of like a little bull flag forming here. We did make a higher, a lower high though. So keep an eye on that. So, but the MACD's kind of turning, so we'll see what happens there. Light sweet crude futures were down 52 cents to settle at $82.66 a barrel. Take a quick look at the point and figure chart on West Texas Intermediate crude. Here back in October, it hit a 82. We took that out to 83. Now we've kind of pulled back. So we'll keep an eye on oil. It's possible we could pull back a little bit before it resumes its trend higher, if that's what it does. So we'll keep an eye on oil. Let's take a look at the Dow. Dow closed up 33 points to 10,606. The S&P closed up 4 points to 1,141, and the Nasdaq closed down 1 point to 2,300, and the Russell closed up 4 points to 641. The Russell had the largest percent gain, up 0.63%, and the Nasdaq was the weakest, basically just flat on the day. So if we look at the chart here on the Dow, still looks good. MACD's turning up. I'm not really seeing any divergences. MACD's turning up here. Like I said, on the S&P, I have a kind of a short-term target of 1,145 area, somewhere like that, based on this channel. So we'll keep an eye on that to see how that plays out. Take a look at gold. Gold broke above this 110 resistance area, and now it's coming back, homing back there near that 110. So it might be a buy point. Keep an eye on gold. Silver had a lot of volume, looked good today, went higher. The VIX was down again, but we're still in this little falling wedge, which could be a bullish pattern. It could break out to the upside. So watch the VIX. 8 of the 16 sectors we follow finished in the green today. The home construction index was up over 6%, and the bank index was up over 4%. The internet index was the weakest for the second day in a row, down over 2%. So quick look at the 16 sectors follow. There you go. Also, some little different today, I want to take a look at a option play that a bunch of the big money professionals took today. And what they did is they went out and they put a straddle on the SPY at the February 114. And right here you can see here, look at the SPY, and here what they did is they bought the 114 call, and they also bought a 114 put. And you can see I have a position here as well. And the reason, look at the volume, 8,700, you got 8,200. Look how even that is. So pretty much almost all those were probably a straddle, because look how uneven typically. You got 29,000, 1,500, 400, 0 over here. So lots of players, lots of contracts sitting out there today right at that February 114. And the reason they did that is, volatility is really low. So what they're expecting, as well as me, over the next few weeks is volatility to increase. And the catalyst for that would be, one, we've got the jobs report for tomorrow. And, we've already had a pretty big run. And next week, which I can't believe it's here already, earnings season kicks off. Alcoa reports Monday. So that's kind of what they're looking for, is a little more volatility up and down. Either way, it doesn't matter since it's a straddle in the market. And that's how they're playing it. So I wanted to kind of cover that with you today. Let's look at some charts real quick. Halliburton, I still like it. Nice breakout. MGM had broke out, come back, retested it, broke out higher today. It looks good. Treehouse, right at support. Cracker Barrel, right at support. Volume kicking in. Some buying there at support today. Keep an eye on Amazon. It's got some trend line support, but it did take out the 50 MA by just a little bit, but not a lot. It had a gap right here, and it filled that gap, but it's still holding where after it filled that gap. So keep an eye on it for possibly for it to continue its move higher. USU, still like it after its breakout. Nice little head and shoulders bottom. Vimple, still like it. Rhino, still like it. Nice buy point here. Come back home to where it broke out of its triangle. Heat, still like it. It's up against some resistance, but depends on the market. Could go higher. Lubrizol, still like it. Up against some resistance, but watch for a break higher. Shanda still looks great. It's wanting to go higher. Freeport McMoran up against resistance. Nice ascending triangle. So again, it depends on the gold, copper, and the dollar. Keep an eye on that. VMware, ascending triangle, recent breakout, sitting right there on support. Keep an eye on VMware. Akamai, broke out right here. I haven't even drawn a trend line. Broke out right here, but sitting there near this 26 should be support. Watch for that 26 to hold. NetEase, big breakout. I like it. Back near this middle point of this large candle. That's typically a initial support after a breakout, so watch for that. It should be near a buy point, pretty close to it. And Caterpillar, been watching that one, still looks good. Whirlpool, we've been stalking it, finally broke out today, volume kicked in, there it goes. SQM, been watching it also. It just had a little run today. It was awesome. PNC, been watching it, took off today, another awesome. Flowserve, another awesome move. C-Trip, little ascending triangle. I like it right here, but if it takes it out by this low of today by 50 cents or so, I'd bail out. Ralph Lauren, recent breakout, still looks good. My little capstone turbine, I still like it. Looks like it wants to go higher if the market will cooperate. AGU, it's another one, little consolidation. That candle is kind of a even buying and selling. If the market goes higher, I'm sure it'll want to go higher with it. Still like this MTL up against some resistance, but if still acts well, it will too. Another nice little move there on CMI. I've been watching it. Still like GEO. It's been real strong coming out of that inverted head and shoulders. Walter Energy, watch. It looks like it's got another little bull flag on it working. And boom, I like it after it broke out of this ascending triangle. Still looks good. You could have bought it actually almost at support today, and then it went higher. So let's go over, quick look at our point and figure. We follow the point and figure charts for the Dow, Nasdaq, S&P. Of course, all still on a buy signal. All look great. And that's really it for today. Thanks for joining me, and remember to always invest sharp.